Is your anemia really caused by low iron? This is a very big topic and I want to introduce the idea in this short video. So what is anemia? Anemia really means without blood, and technically it would be seen as somebody having low hemoglobin. Now what is hemoglobin? It is a molecule or protein in the blood which carries oxygen. So without hemoglobin, we cannot carry a lot of oxygen around the body. Hemoglobin is volume in the body, holds about 80% of the iron that we have in our body, and the rest of the iron is stored in our tissues. Now it is said that we have about 24 milligrams of iron in our bodies at any time, and we only really lose about 1 gram per day. If you're having a moderately okay diet with some form of animal products, specifically some form of red meats like that, or even some vegetables that have some non-heme iron, so animal products and animal iron is heme iron, which is highly absorbable, and other vegetables and plant-based are non-heme iron, which are slightly less absorbable. If you're having that and your body's functioning optimally, you generally are not going to need more than 1 milligram of iron a day. So why are people getting symptoms of anemia, which is specifically fatigue? This is most likely due to the fact that there actually are not only iron toxic, but they are mineral deficient. So our modern diet, specifically processed fortified foods, are extremely high in iron. Everything is fortified with iron, and so we're actually getting too much of it, and it's stored in the tissues. The problem is that it's not being transported around the body, and there's a vital enzyme called ceruloplasmin, which is a copper-rich enzyme. And so because we are a very iron-rich society, also an inflammatory-rich society, a high inflammatory society, we generally land up with extreme amounts of iron, which is one of the most powerful oxidative stresses or free radicals in the body. It causes a lot of degeneration, it causes a lot of inflammation, it causes a lot of the health challenges metabolic health challenges that we're seeing in our world today. And this is also caused from an imbalance, as I said, in things like copper and magnesium and other trace minerals. So when we go for blood tests and we start seeing certain things like ferritin being low, and ferritin is it's a protein that holds iron and releases it in the tissues, but not in the blood. In the blood, ferritin is empty. So when the ferritin levels are low, it's normally actually an indicator that the iron is toxic in the tissues. And what happens then is that you get prescribed an iron supplement or an iron infusion, and we just fuel the flames of inflammation. We make the tissues very toxic. We are then creating a low copper experience in the body. We're creating more inflammation that forces them to look at your vitamin D tests, put you on vitamin D, which then is an immunosuppressant or almost like a steroid. The magnesium goes down into the floor, and the whole story is becoming crazy. So the first thing that I'd recommend you do is stop taking iron supplements. You do not need them. And the second thing is to raise your vitamin A levels in foods such as cod liver oil, livers, and other vitamin A rich foods, and copper rich foods. The best copper rich foods are liver. And then you can start using magnesium rich foods and even taking Epsom salt baths or taking a magnesium supplement temporarily. Do not take a vitamin D supplement, because that's going to fuel the fire any further. So I'm just opening up the topic. I know it sounds a bit maybe controversial and against the grain, but think about it and let's see how you respond to adjusting your diet and bringing your minerals and iron back into balance. Thank you.